All right, folks, in today's update, we are making the comparison between Ripple and the Federal Reserve, both private entities, both issuing currency, and, well, the Fed says that they're not for profit. Ripple, we know they are here to make a profit, but we're going to make the comparison today as yesterday, Ripple's new stablecoin RLUSD went live, and today here in a couple hours, we have the Fed interest rate decision. I figured what better time than to make this comparison between the two entities. So getting started here, Federal Reserve introduced in 1913. Whether or not the Federal Reserve is constitutional, whether or not Trump is going to get rid of the Fed or fire Jerome Powell, that's a topic for a different video. In this one, we're just going to explain what these entities are doing and the difference and why I believe Ripple has a competitive advantage. So first off, the part that is from the government or part of the government would be the Board of Governors. It's an independent government agency that is supposed to be accountable to Congress. How accountable are they to Congress? Once again, a topic for a different video. But that's the part of the Fed that is public, part of an independent government agency. And they basically set the rules for the Federal Reserve System. Now, the part that is private, that would be the Federal Reserve banks. There are 12 regional banks, 24 branches, but basically these 12 regional banks are the private entities, the private corporations that make up this Federal Reserve banking system. Now, similar to the Federal Reserve bank, the Federal Reserve banks, is Ripple, also a private corporation, and they are very out in the open and very upfront about being for profit. And so Ripple, what happened here is they were gifted XRP that was created by three guys, Jed McCaleb, Arthur Brito, David Schwartz. They created XRP before the company Ripple even existed. So XRP was created and then it was gifted to Ripple, and then from there we've seen XRP continue to grow and expand with multiple different use cases. But originally, and as it was intended from the very beginning, XRP was always meant to be the neutral bridge currency on the XRP ledger between any issued assets on our blockchain. So whether that's a meme coin on the XRP ledger, whether that's tokenized treasury bills, which we just saw got launched here earlier today, or whether it's RLUSD, a US dollar stablecoin on the XRP ledger. XRP will always serve as the bridge currency between the issued assets on the XRP ledger. Now, XRP is the competitive advantage against the Fed because although Ripple is now issuing RLUSD, their own stablecoin, their own US dollar derivative, XRP is the currency that the Federal Reserve does not have. And don't get me started on the Federal Reserve buyback conversation. That's a separate video as well. But basically, Ripple has distinguished themselves from all other stablecoin issuers, even Tether, even Circle, because they have XRP and they have a big bag of XRP. Now, yesterday, RLUSD went live, and RLUSD is a Ripple-issued US dollar stablecoin on the XRP ledger. This is going to be absolutely critical for our DeFi ecosystem, which is now really just beginning, but it's much better for a stablecoin to be used in DeFi applications than a volatile asset like XRP, which can pump up 500% in the last month like it just did. So this stablecoin is going to be key as an institutional on-ramp and off-ramp, and also it's going to be available for everybody. We already got many people that have RLUSD. It's going live on exchanges like Uphold here today. Uphold is going to actually be paying us 5% on the rewards that are on that. That's linked up at my website, zachrector.com, if you want to get hooked up on Uphold. But basically the point is here, guys, you have two different private entities. You have Ripple, you have the Federal Reserve, and what Ripple is now doing is they're helping to expand US dollar dominance by issuing this stablecoin. This is what Trump said at Bitcoin Conference 2024, is that stablecoins were going to be key to expanding US dollar dominance. So Ripple is helping to fulfill that role. We also confirmed that Ripple's been meeting with Trump, very close, working together, and a very strong relationship there between Ripple and our incoming president, Donald Trump. But furthermore, we also know Ripple actually just added a former, he was basically a head-up executive from one of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, I believe, just got added to their stablecoin advisory board. So not only has Ripple added the 43rd Treasurer of the United States, Rosie Rios, to their board of directors, but they created a new stablecoin advisory board, and they just added a former member of the Federal Reserve, and then they also just added another member from the Central Bank of India. So Ripple's been working with all of these central banks, and XRP serves as the neutral bridge currency for the world to level the playing field. right? Anybody, it's not just the US dollar coming to the XRP ledger. We're now going to see the standard set by Ripple here, much more stablecoins, even CBDCs too. All of it can be brought to the XRP ledger by other parties as well. So you're going to see tokenized Japanese yen, Russian ruble, Chinese yuan, I mean, you name it. We're going to bring all of the currencies to the XRP ledger. XRP will serve as the neutral bridge currency. But what Ripple's doing right now is they're sitting down with President Trump. They're sitting down here in the United States and saying, if we want to continue to expand US dollar dominance, we're going to issue this RLUSD stablecoin, and we're going to get more and more access to US dollar derivative in digital form, right, through our stablecoin. This is exactly what Tether's been doing, Circle, and the rest. Where I believe that RLUSD and Ripple is going to have a unique advantage is that Ripple doesn't have to rely on banks to hold their collateral. Ripple has their own trust company, Standard Custody and Trust, where they can hold the collateral that can back RLUSD. So they don't have any counterparty risk on backing their stablecoin. A unique advantage, along with the fact that Ripple will always have, or at least for now, still has such a large amount of XRP. So basically everything that Ripple does is backed by over 40 billion XRP that they have to work with. That's a nice war chest, and that's why I believe that they have the competitive advantage against the Fed, against Tether, against Circle. Completely private, nobody controls them, nobody owns them, and I think this is the biggest reason why the SEC and the incumbents decided to attack and sue Ripple. Now we've come out victorious, we've obviously won the lawsuit, and we know that XRP in and of itself is not a security, so we have legal clarity on XRP. And now we have legal clarity. We've been added to the New York Department of Financial Services, the green list of projects that have been approved by that regulatory body out of New York. So legal clarity for XRP and RLUSD, giving Ripple the competitive advantage against the Fed, Tether, and everybody else in this stablecoin and US dollar based derivatives game. With that being said, if you guys appreciate this update, make sure you guys like this video, help me out by sharing it out far and wide. And if you have any additional comments or questions on RLUSD, Ripple, the Fed, drop them down below and we'll make sure to answer those in the next video. Thank you so much. God bless you all.